Welcome back to Winners Win Football Podcast. This week, Arsenal lost the league.
We just hit September and the league is already over.
Liverpool has won. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a loser again?
Again, we've always been losers.
That's right, again.
We're not.
Year after year after year.
I'm used to this. What do you mean? Man, if you didn't watch, we live streamed that game. Please don't watch it because I was so mad. It was insane, you know. It was such a boring game.
It was the ultimate boring game.
Because I felt like we both said it where we streamed it. It was like a chess game, you know, slow pace, moving piece by piece, like trying to bait something, but nothing really happened. I felt like we started pretty well, and we limited them. We did not create big chances, but we were there and about. Like, okay, we are close. You could feel like, but the thing is, if you don't take your opportunities, it will always come back to haunt you. And while I don't think either of the teams in Arsenal and Liverpool did anything to deserve to win, that free kick, man, what can you say? It's insane. It's crazy. And
I didn't know Szoboszlai had that in him.
Yeah,
and now I'm watching all these like previous free kicks where he just
insane.
He dominates the goal.
You know, that's why I said, okay, Szoboszlai, I know he's good from free kicks, but you still don't expect it from that distance. Man, that's insane, and that's the thing which I feel like Arsenal are missing. We don't have those. We can't score those types of goals like out of nowhere from a magic moment out of nothing. From us, it's like,
what do you mean? Declan Rice.
Yeah, but we don't have enough of it.
Yeah.
For us, my feeling is we always have to work extremely hard to score our goals.
Or a set piece. A corner.
And that's why we need corners, because open play goals or those magic moments, we never fabricate them. Everything with us is calculated. The corners calculated. We know what we do. It's a routine. There's no weird things like, let me just shoot from distance, do something out of nowhere. Everything is calculated. And you know, we saw a lot of critique of Mikel Arteta. You said it as well, like, why is Eze not starting?
Yeah.
And that's one thing which I'm Arteta #1 fan, but I hope he uses these our good players from now on. I understand Eze not starting because he just came in, but from now on, no excuses. These players have to start. Ødegaard, I know he was injured, but Eze needs to play. You know, our more creative players, they have to play now. Because these are the players which will make a difference and make us win games.
You mentioned the lack of initiative or like lack of creativity that your players have. Isn't that also a manager problem? That Arteta is so pedantic in that way that he doesn't allow the players to express themselves freely.
In this case, it could be true, but in this game, I feel it's more that we lose one of our most important build-up players in Saliba after 4 minutes. Saka, one of the most creative, influential players, out. Ødegaard, big creator, was out. So we lose big, influential, creative players, which there's no excuse, but I think it gives context, because Mosquera came in, good game, but you can't replace Saliba in that sense in build-up. Ødegaard, we don't have a like-for-like replacement right now, and Merino is definitely not that player. He's good for other things. Madueke, who played well instead of Saka, I'm not complaining about him, but we still lack our most influential player in attack. So for me, that's the context of it. But of course, you would want your players to have a bit more freedom, and that's why I felt like at the beginning of last season, I felt like, okay, I could see some more freedom in attacking sequence, like players were moving into different positions, but then the injuries came. And with injuries, you don't have the same freedom because you're limited by your personnel, by your players. So I feel like when we try to do something, or we want to do something, we've been hampered. But right now, I feel like we have the squad that is good enough that even if someone lacks, someone can come in.
Yeah, because I saw a tactical analysis of the game, and it just shows the lack of threat in the half space and especially not even the half spaces, the space between the Liverpool midfield and the defense. You never threatened that second block.
Yeah.
So you overloaded their attacking press. Okay, you overloaded the first block, but then once you got to their midfield, you had no threat.
We slowed down.
Yeah, you slowed down. You had no one. Like, there was no one in that space.
Yeah.
And when Ødegaard came into that space, and there was one chance where he received the ball slightly outside of the box, then he didn't do. He tried some like side pass that, if like a world class center attacking midfielder takes it and either shoots it or like he dribbles past the player and shoots it, and that's probably where Ødegaard lacks.
Yeah, but it's difficult because I think he's still good enough that he should be able to be creative enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be a Kevin De Bruyne in this team. I think he is good enough to be at least contribute in our creative side. But yeah, for me, I think there is a lot of, we need to step up our game because we were not great. I don't think Liverpool were that great either when it comes to attacking, because when you think about it, they are the champions.
Yeah.
They play at home. The initiative, or it should be the emphasis should be that they should break us down. They should score the goals.
That's where I disagree. There is a I don't know, a way of speaking in boxing.
Okay.
Where they say if you want to beat the champion, you not only beat them, you have to knock them out.
Okay.
And I felt like you went there for the draw more than for the win. You didn't go for the knockout, and that's where the champion keeps winning.
Yeah, I mean, that could be true. It's not a bad analysis, but for me, I mean, it's Anfield. You know, you need to be prepared for it. It's not like some of the games where Pep tried to play his game at Anfield and he got smoked.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and that's sometimes Arteta needs to let loose. Sometimes I think, but
Arteta's system is too rigid. I think that's my main problem with his system.
It's up to him to fix it.
And I think he suffocated the creativity out of this team the past 3 years. Not the first year where he challenged for the title. That's where I felt you were very creative and you were a fun team to watch.
You say that, but I promise you, when you look stylistically, we're play pretty much the same. The only difference is how team approaches us, and which makes it more difficult for us. Now I think with Gyökeres in our team, I think we will be more direct in that sense. You know, you can say whatever you want about Gabriel Jesus, but he is the type of player that excites teams. So when watching him play, he makes it entertaining.
Yeah.
If you compare Jesus to Gyökeres, completely different.
Yeah.
They give you completely different things. So I think that's why you would say we were more entertaining back then.
That's where Boy comes in and makes it interesting.
Man. And, you know, he had good moments in this game. But he
came on too late.
Too late, man. Yeah. It happened too late. That would be my critique of Arteta. Why didn't I bring him on like at least 10-15 minutes earlier?
Yeah. And also, you mentioned City's record.
Yeah, because everyone was like... I can respect the thing you said, which you have to knock out the champion. For me, that's fair. But I don't like the thing where the narrative around Arsenal, for me, that's the thing I want to challenge. Because everyone's like, you have to go there and you have to win. And then you look at it, I think, first of all, City with Pep, they went there 10 times and he won once. And he lost 6 times.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, why have this never been said about Pep? Nobody said it because, of course, it's your title contender at their home ground. Nobody expect them to beat them that easily. And then someone said, like, the champion of the previous year, they run the new champion of the new season. They went to their ground for the past 25 years and they won twice or something. So there's not many data to back up that you have to beat the previous champion to actually go on to win the title. I can understand that we have a lot to prove. Yeah, that's for sure. But that's not by winning this game. It's by winning the title.
Yeah, you have a whole season.
We have a whole season.
This is far from over.
The season has just started. And that's why I'm happy that we played this game early, because there's so much still to play. If this were to happen in April or May, I would have been mad. Yeah. Now it's fine. You still have a lot that will happen to us, to happen to them, and everything going on.
Yeah, but my only problem is just I saw the same Arteta that I've been seeing the past 3 years, which is not like his ideology won't change, but the players might change it.
Yeah, and
that's what you can hope for.
And which is what I've always said, like tactics brings you here, but the players brings you here.
Yeah.
So
but sometimes the tactics can stand in the way for player creativity.
Which you can see with maybe Jack Grealish now. He's a perfect player for the mid-table team.
Exactly.
But it always comes in context.
That's one of the good things with Ancelotti. You saw so many players grow under him.
Yeah.
Like a Vinicius or a Benzema or Valverde. He just allowed them to be creative.
But you can say this.
But then they also fell on the of course there is goods and bad with everything. But he allowed great players to be great.
But you can say the same for Arteta. Like Saka, when Arteta came in, he was a left back. Yeah. Now he's one of the best right wingers in the world. So you can say the same for Arteta. I mean, there was a statistic that was put out where I think it was Transfer Market. They said they compared the amount of money that was put into a team compared to their value. And you could see how much. It was worth more, the team was worth more than you purchased it for. And you can see Chelsea, they've spent 1.4 billion and their team was worth 1.1. So the value in the sense of their players had gone down compared to what they purchased them for. But the team that had improved the most was Arsenal. So we purchased our team for 800 million. And it's worth 1.1 billion. Yeah. So you could see that Arteta has improved these players by the most in the Premier League. So you now you have the Eze and you have the Zubimendi and you have the Gyökeres. Yeah. So now you don't have to just improve. You just have to win it. Squad. We have to win something. Yeah. But for me, it's the narrative around this game and around Arsenal more than anything, because when we beat Manchester City 5-1 last season, we were still criticized.
Yeah.
Like we just beat the reigning champions 5-1. We were criticized.
For what?
I can't even understand why. When we played 0-0 at City,
what did they criticize you for?
I can't even remember. I just remember people complaining that we won 5-1, and for me it's crazy. And when we drew 0-0, we the same complaints. Always Arsenal this, Arsenal that.
I think my main problem is these big games in the Premier League are getting boring.
Yeah.
And mainly it's because of Arteta. Because the Pep Klopp big games, they were entertaining. I always felt like.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched 5-1 was entertaining. But that's because City were so open.
Yeah.
But otherwise, every game I watch with Arteta against a big team is always lockdown, score a set piece, or lockdown and counter.
But I feel like that's a simple analysis, because if you watch, someone put it out there that they analyzed the heat maps and they compared position for position. If you look at the average position of individual players, their right back compared to our right back in Liverpool now, they were more defensive. They were set up deeper than ours. Their midfielders deeper. Their entire defense deeper than ours. So I think it's an easy and lazy analysis to say, just defend the low block. We push the team to limit them in such a sense that it's like a chess. Like we said, it's a chess game. Nothing really happens until something.
But that's boring.
It could be boring, but I think saying that it's a defensive low block.
No, I'm not saying it's a defensive but it's a very boring approach to a big game.
Because I think,
but you need it, but it's boring to watch as a neutral.
For sure, it can be boring. But I think we are just that good at nullifying teams. I think that's just the thing.
Yeah,
it's not that we are defensive. I think the way we prepare so well that most teams don't know how to play against us. The thing that when teams do that to us, like the PSG game, we were shook for the first 20-30 minutes. And that's why we looked shaky and bad, because usually we are the ones that come out like this. But I want to go back to the narrative around Arsenal. One thing that for me shows the thing with narrative, and it's mostly the big media, it's they asked David Raya after the game, what do you think about the new Puma balls? Yeah. And he was like, they are different, but we have to adapt. And That's it.
Yeah.
You know what they did? Instead of showing the entire clip, they cut out the part where they asked the question.
Yeah.
So the only thing they show is like, yeah, the new Puma balls are weird. And then they quoted it like, Daud Raya says the Puma balls are different after conceding to Szoboszlai free kick. You know, they frame the whole narrative around Arsenal like we are complaining.
Yeah, but that's media, just shitty media.
And that's the thing. Then we get this stamp that Arsenal fans and Arsenal players are whining, annoying, everything. When we're being framed as such. Of course, we are annoying. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but you get framed as it's exaggerated.
And it's exaggerated. And like you say, I don't like Arteta. He whines too much. But if you actually look at most of his interviews, this guy, he is a very down to earth, and he knows what he's talking about. This is not some asshole egomaniac guy.
No. But
he's being framed as such. And that's the thing that
it's the timing of his excuses that bothers me the most.
Yeah.
That could be. But he's a good manager. I'm not saying he's not a good manager. He's not a winner, but he's a good manager
so far.
And
talking about another manager. Sorry, Klopp. He said it in a good way. He said this game, if we played it 10 times.
Slot.
Yes, Arne Slot, förlåt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Arne
Slot said, if we played this game 10 times, we win once, Arsenal win once, and we draw 8 times.
Yeah, it was a very equal game.
It is like that. And Arteta said, okay, magic moment, and they produced it, fair enough.
Yeah. But adding salt to wound, after beating Arsenal, Liverpool go on to sign Alexander Isak, probably the best striker in the Premier League currently.
Yeah, along Holland.
And Mark Guehi, one of the best young defenders in the Premier League.
And you know, we said, why spend money on Isak? They need Guehi. And they signed both.
I have to say, Liverpool, there needs to be some accountability in this podcast.
Okay.
Last season, you were talking a lot of smack about how Liverpool is not a big team that doesn't attract enough big players.
Yeah. And I said... and I said, when they signed Ekitike and Wirtz, I said, okay, fair enough, they proved that they can...
And now they just doubled down.
Again. No.
They broke their transfer record for the Premier League twice.
They broke exactly the entire league's transfer.
But for Liverpool, I think they deserve it. Because they went so many transfer windows where they didn't buy anything. When you think this is the moment where you're like, you invest... For Klopp, when Klopp was there, when he won the league, Klopp won the Champions League. We're like, this is the moment you invest, nothing. And then he wins the league. This is the moment you invest, brother, nothing.
You know, those words. That's exactly how I felt for 15 years as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
So fair. But I know exactly the feeling, and you're right. You're completely right.
But I feel like Liverpool are being run very, very well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I told you that when Arteta, I was like, okay, we have this amazing guy in Arteta, but it's not enough. You need the approach you need help from higher ups within the club. And you know, I felt like Arteta didn't get enough help. But I think in Liverpool they have Michael Edwards there, I think sporting director. This guy, when he was there with Klopp,
Hughes is the other guy.
Yeah, both of them. When he was there with Klopp, and then he left, and now he came back. Man, this guy has signed some of their best players in this recent history. So, you know, they have a good combination of a board which are highly educated and know their job very well, and a manager who is great and knows exactly what he's doing. So, well run.
So, unlike Liverpool being managed very well, United which won in the Premier League this game week against Burnley. But
they barely won.
50% of the points they have won are against teams from newly promoted from the Championship. And then also, let's look at the record of the managers that they have hired before. Most recently,
Ten Hag.
Oh my!
I mean,
2 games.
2 games he lasted.
He lasted 2 seasons and a half.
I mean,
in United, for them to realize he's a bad manager. 2 games in Bayern Leverkusen. That's all it took.
And it's even worse than that. Every player in Leverkusen left. I mean, their goalkeeper, their Frimpong, Ta, Hincapi from us, Xhaka, Wirtz. How many players left Leverkusen? They saw him. They saw that bald head. Nah. That's enough for me. I mean, what is he doing in the training sessions? Anything?
I think he just has a toxic personality. At the end, he started fighting with everyone in United. First it was Ronaldo, then it was Sancho, then it was Rashford, then it's always someone new. He has a toxic personality.
And you know what makes me annoyed?
Yeah.
That United fans actually did not stick up for Rashford. Because this guy he's an academy player.
Yeah.
He's carried this team for so long. Such a talented...
So they didn't stick up to Ronaldo.
Yeah. I mean,
they're legend.
Yeah, one of the greatest players. I mean... Sorry, United fans, please get your priorities straight. Because
and then you look back. So outside of Ten Hag, who's a current disaster and a previous disaster and a disaster all along, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fired. Fired from Besiktas. Mourinho
fired from Fenerbahce.
Then you have Van Gaal. I don't think he's managing anymore.
Yeah.
The only guy doing it is David Moyes in Everton,
and that's because he's an OG.
He's an OG, and he just stayed at the same level. Yeah. He didn't get better.
Maybe United was at the same level as all the other teams like Everton and whatnot.
No, it's actually the recruitment in United of managers and players is under all criticism. Yeah. It's horrendous. You shouldn't be allowed to be that bad at your job.
I remember someone did a Twitter poll like, who is going to get fired first, Ten Hag or Maresca? Since that poll, Ten Hag's been fired twice. So, I mean, this guy is unbelievable. And United themselves, I mean, I think they have to get rid of Amorim real quick.
Yeah, it's honestly, not working out.
If they're not doing it quick enough, it's gonna...
Some rumors are going that it's Andoni Iraola.
Ooh,
that's a good manager.
But is it too big of a step? We don't know.
We don't know. But because it's a good manager.
Because it's a good manager, but Manchester United, it's a big institution. It's difficult.
It's a big institution, but at this point, I think people have realized they are level, so the expectations are not that high anymore.
I think this expectations are still like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like United, they're trying to. They need. You know what they need?
No.
They need Thomas Frank, a smart manager that does not try to take shortcuts.
Yeah.
Stick with his principle, knows what he's doing, and you're like, okay, I need this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Not someone that's like trying to cheat the system. Okay, buy this superstar, buy me this guy, buy me. Stable players, easy, and build slowly.
But those managers don't want to go to United.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's a toxic environment.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, that exactly what they do.
Speaking of people that are not good at their jobs, La Liga referees and the La Liga institution as a whole.
Referees, just
Javier Tebas. I mean, let's talk about the Barcelona game versus Rayo Vallecano.
Scandal.
VAR scandal and a La Liga Federation scandal.
Yeah.
The first 40 minutes, the VAR was not working because of communication problems, and they had to announce it in the stadium, and the referee had to go up to the managers and the captains before the game. It's like, we don't have VAR. Then it comes back on in the second half, but just for offsides. I mean, the corruption in La Liga is unreal. And now they want to play a game in the USA. And then on top of that, you saw like Lamine just diving for a penalty, and he just...
Oh, that's a bad penalty for me.
That's such a bad penalty.
Not enough for a penalty.
That's not enough for a penalty, and he just got it because there was no VAR.
They were like, we just have to go with the referee's decision. I guess. But for me...
And another thought that I got is, now with VAR, being such a big part of the
Football.
of refereeing.
Yeah.
I think the referees are gonna get so much worse.
Yeah.
So imagine if there was like 40-minute break without VAR,
Yeah.
and the referee made a bad call. imagine VAR just goes lights out.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for a season. Imagine the horrendous decisions we would get. And imagine the refereeing in like the second, third division, because
Even worse.
there is no VAR there.
You just have to go by
You just have to go by the referee.
Vibes.
And I think referees are becoming less competent because of
it.
VAR.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. And for me, people say, VAR is bad. No. It's the referees that are bad.
Yeah.
Because it's the referees that are using VAR.
Yeah.
And, I think we have to approach it in that sense that we need to do something about the referee situation.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
They're humans. We both are humans. We all make mistakes. You can never take that away from them. But there needs to be we need to educate them in such a way that there's consistency at least.
Yeah.
Because most situations, most fans would pretty much agree on most situations. Okay, of course, like if it's an Arsenal chance, I want it to be a penalty. If it's against me, I don't want it. But pretty much everyone else would agree.
Yeah.
So for me,
Well, that doesn't apply to Barcelona fans, but okay.
Yeah.
They live in another reality.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If you take most of the fans,
Yeah.
we all pretty much have a feeling like this is the correct call, this is the wrong one.
Batteriet var på testen. All right. But I agree. So Barcelona 1-1 against Rayo Vallecano.
I mean, all the scandal, and they didn't even win.
They didn't even win. And I think this season I see some cracks starting to grow. Without Inigo Martinez, Marcus Rashford is horrendous.
Nah.
Horrendous, I'm telling you.
Nah.
I saw him come on the second half. Brother, he's not Barcelona quality. Unless Hansi Flick does some magic. If he keeps going like this,
Do some magic.
Yeah. But
No.
Barcelona needs improving, because what I saw yesterday was subpar.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the chances they conceded.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to be. They should be happy that it's Juan Garcia in goal,
Yeah.
and not what's it called?
Juan Garcia is amazing.
He's fantastic, man. Crazy keeper.
And now on to the Real Madrid game, where
Also
the referee was also horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a chance in front of goal for Güler. Okay, the defender shoots the ball at Güler. Güler
is
hiding with his arm against his body.
Yeah.
So either way, the ball is gonna hit his body. So he puts his hand in the way. Then it hits his hand, but it's against the chest.
Yeah.
And then it falls down. He scores. The referee disallows the goal.
it. Yeah, for me, I could never understand it, because the thing is going to hit him regardless.
Yeah.
It won't change anything.
And another situation, the VAR situation with the offside.
Offside, yeah.
So Trent puts the perfect pass to Mbappe behind the defense. Mbappe just first touch, goal.
Yeah.
The VAR decides it's an offside. Brother, they tried to show where the offside is. I still don't know where the offside is. They put like 1 millimeter in front of at the beginning of his head, the frontal part of his head.
He needs to cut his hair.
And they tried to put it on the arm. There was no part of the arm that was offside. Yeah, it's crazy, but we still won. That's the difference between a great side and a subpar side. When the referee is with you, you lose. When the referee is against us, we win. And that's why we're gonna win the treble.
No, but you played well, actually. I mean,
No, we didn't play well.
No, I think
over a whole game we didn't play well.
Yeah, sure, but I think for sure. But compared to other games, I think you can see improvements.
Yeah,
that's the thing I'm mostly focusing on. The pressing, we could see that you couldn't last as that long.
Yeah.
You were like Ten Hag, you couldn't last too long.
Yeah.
But the pressing, you used the
I see what he's cooking.
Masatonu looks nice.
Not yet.
I think it would be good for you.
I'm not big on that Mastantuono signing, honestly. I don't know. Just the touch. It's the touch that doesn't. It's like he takes some big steps.
Yeah.
And he pushes the ball far away from him. It doesn't feel like he has full control over the ball. But I like his personality, and he tries to press. He wants the ball.
Yeah.
We'll see how he develops, but I'm just not sold yet on that signing.
However, you still need centre backs.
But speaking of Madrid
centre backs,
legend of the game, embarrassing himself yet again.
I mean, it's been downhill for a long time now.
Bro, he's acting like a
Sergio Ramos now.
He's acting like a teenager.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's in his 40s,
right? A heartbroken teenager.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s, he's married, and he has children. Show the text for the song. He created a song called Cibeles. And Cibeles, if you don't know, it's the square and the statue where Real Madrid celebrate all their trophies. And by the way, the rhythm is banging. I like it. It's like one of those Spanish songs I could have in the background. But when you listen to the text, that's when it all goes south. It looks like a heartbroken teenager who fell in love for the first time.
But I think he is heartbroken.
He is heartbroken.
Because you can see with his celebrations for Monterrey.
Yeah.
Like he did the call and everything. So I think.
But I mean, man, we're gonna give you like an honorary job at the club
eventually.
Sure. That's what Perez does.
Just come there, be in some pictures.
You're gonna get a role,
thumbs up,
and you're gonna get money. So chill.
Okay, listen to this. I would have killed for you. I loved you and I defended you.
Aww.
But it wasn't within me. You asked me to fly. I dressed up in gala. I gave you blood and sweat. I enjoyed you and I suffered you. I hope it goes well for you. Even though without you I feel bad. Good thing I walked away because you didn't treat me the same. You loved me and I loved you. But someone always gives more. It was just as I dreamed until it was time to wake up.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. La remontada. Mister la décima.
But you want me to continue?
Go on.
I mean, this is very good lyric.
Yeah.
I gave you a crown. You gave me wings. I didn't know that they were only so I'd fly away. And I look at you now. You're still just as beautiful. Nobody's indispensable. Life teaches you that a match lasts 90, and I give you 93 more.
Oh, the goal, the La Décima
goal. On top, I never got tired of trying. This story was a legend. I'd rather die on my feet. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. I'll give my heart even if it's to return to me damaged.
Do you see what you did, Perez? You selfish.
You broke his heart.
But we should have brought him back for one season. Like last season, we didn't have any defenders.
Right? You asked you were like, nah, he's old.
Yeah, but now I feel so.
You made him sad.
We could have brought him back for like half a season. It would have hurt.
He could have been worse than the Militao.
Honestly, last season we needed like a personality in the team because we were personality less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways,
listen to Ramos' song
and watch our live streams.
Yes, we're gonna live stream more, maybe once a week.
At least once a week.
So tune in.
We're gonna start live streaming the Champions League, the Premier League games when they are good.
The same with La Liga. So
this week we're taking a break.
Because it's international.
It's international.
What do you think about the internationals?
I'm not a big fan.
I mean, it's so annoying. Yeah. Like, yes, Premier League, football, and La Liga is back.
And then you have to take a big shit.
Big break. I mean, it's boring, but...
But you know what? We can look forward to Alexander Isak and Gyökeres. The two... How would I say it? They're not the two best strikers in the Premier League, but among the two best strikers.
Among the best strikers in the Premier League.
And then you have Kulusevski, you have Lucas Bergvall, you have...
what else do we have?
Wait, we have the guy from Atalanta, Isak Hien.
Isak Hien. We have Lindelöf.
We have Lindelöf, who just went to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Good team, solid team.
And...
you have the goalkeeper in Stoke, I think.
Olsen, no?
Yes, and but we have cojones.
Sweden,
Yeah,
looking
but
up, looking up.
It's looking good. Anyways, it's been good. It's been real. Ciao.
Ciao.